Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash and I'm your host, and I'm joined by Jimmy the Bag and everyone's favourite, Lee Martin, as we go through your Super Bowl picks. We've got Wal Kappa, we've got Donnie RightSide and Jay Paglia waiting in the wings. Jay Paglia, obviously the master of live line, that have put plenty units in your pocket. Now, if you go over to www.sbrvideo.com/Super Bowl. Everything Super Bowl related will be there waiting for you. We're going to start off with the good, the bad, and the ugly of the season that's just left us. Good, the bad, or the ugly?
The good. Incredible young quarterbacks. The NFL is in good hands. Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Unbelievable talents that are going to take us through the next decade. Thank God we get to watch them. They're spectacular. That's the good, man.
Lamar Jackson is good?
Well, yes, Lamar Jackson should be a part of the good, but the bad for the season would probably be when he lost to the Titans.
Did he choke?
Who cares that he choked?
Did he choke?
Of course
because
he choked.
Obviously
We all
you've
saw
got a
he
question
choked.
mark over his mentality.
Look, yes, he's buckled twice in the playoffs, but he's the MVP.
How many times? Is that 100% record?
He's 23. So what are you
Yeah.
saying? You're saying he's never going to win a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I think he
Is
could
that
win
what
a
you're saying?
Super
You're
Bowl.
saying that Lamar Jackson?
I'm going to say that the Ravens.
I bet
He
you.
just
I bet you
started.
$1,000.
Right.
$1,000 here in front of everybody that Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl
with
in
the
his career.
Ravens.
Just wins a Super Bowl.
Win Super Bowl.
okay.
But
$1,000.
Okay. And we're happy with that. It's a good start. It's a
There
good
we go.
start to the Super Bowl season.
Yeah, there
So
we
we're
go.
happy with that. But he's not winning it this year, so I'm in front.
Obviously
okay.
not.
And what about the good? So that's the good. We have the bad and the ugly. I'm going to go with ugly. Has definitely got to be Eli Apple. He cost me week in, week out. I knew he was going to cost me. He had more pass interference yardage than like most teams had, and he carried on getting picked. If I was a manager or the coach, I have to pull him off. Not play him. He got injured at the back end of the season, which was an absolute godsend.
You're talking about a journeyman bum who the New York Giants didn't want. You sound like a true gambler because clearly he cost you money, but he had no...
Don't we all talk through our pockets? That's why we're going to go through the picks later.
Well,
Yeah.
before we talk to our pockets, Vinatieri fucked me.
See,
over
look at
and
your
over
face
again.
now. See, you're worse than Eli Apple.
I can, yeah. I can still see that shank against the Steelers. This guy's supposed to be the best kicker of all time. What he hit, 68%. I tell you what made me very happy was Cowboy fans taking it in the drink hole.
Yeah, we like
right in the old brown eye.
Yes.
Right in the bottom mouth. I enjoyed that very, very much. I like seeing the Cowboys lose. I liked seeing Jason Garrett get fired. I was shocked to see the Giants sign him as their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But I guess it just gives us fodder moving forward. I love seeing the Cowboys lose.
And kickers in general. They missed so
Terrible.
many field goals, so many extra points, punt blocks, field goal blocks. And don't even get me started on Keami Fairbairn of the Houston Texans. He can't even reach the end zone. So you're giving everyone a chance to run back. They were up, absolutely cruising in against
I
the
feel like you have one job to just make a
Chiefs.
field goal.
Exactly.
Wouldn't you think?
Exactly. He got them little chicken legs. He looks so young as well. Looks like I've nicked him from some school. I can't believe it. He cost me massive. We're going to fast forward to next Sunday in Miami. Okay, 49ers versus the Chiefs. And we're going to have some picks. I don't want no sitting on the fence. I want no umming and ahhing. I want defo picks. And I'm going to start with you,
Oof,
Miss Martin.
Me. All right. So I'm stuck.
Right. So
I'm
I
in
said
between.
we're going to
I
start
know, but
right
listen,
down the
hear me
middle.
out. I'm going to give you my breakdown of what I'm thinking, and I feel like it will help. So when I look at the 49ers, they're so efficient, the team. You know, they have a wonderful defense. The Chiefs, I feel like they only have Patrick Mahomes. However, Patrick Mahomes and the team, Andy Reid, he's able to get the team to come out and come back after losing. You know, after the first quarter, they're able to read the other team so well that they're able to make comebacks. Look what they did to the Titans. Look what they did to the Texans.
Do you think they
Well,
could?
it was like
Do you think
51.
the adjustments against the number
But-
one D?
That's another thing. But also, when I'm thinking of my picks, I want to think about the line. I know it's only at it's at 1 and 1.5 right now. So you want to think about that. With everything, the 49ers, they're getting a point and a half. So I'd have to say 49ers.
Okay, so there's
Yes.
one for the 49ers, but with the point and a half, or on the money line. Can I get?
I would do both.
Oh, go on. She wants both, Jimmy. And with that hat on, I know where you're going, do I?
Of course.
Okay.
The 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl. Defense wins championships. Defense is going to step up here. We saw the Chiefs' defense get better and better as the season went on. The last 6 games, they were very good, albeit against weak competition. But then they lose Thornhill to the ACL injury. So you just have the Honey Badger back there, who's a spectacular talent. But it was him and Thornhill working together that brought that defense up from being just, walked all over to a pretty good defense. They lose Thornhill. Now these teams are scoring at will. You talk about elite, you talk about Mahomes, and he's spectacular. And the comebacks were unbelievable. But those were against marginal defenses. If they fall back, now, look, if they're down 10 points or 14 points, I'm not going to be sitting there lighting up a stogie. No. I'm going to be nervous. I'm going to be nervous because we saw what they can do. But I just think that when it comes right down to it, that defense that the 49ers can put out on the field healthy right now, the way they only need to send 4 guys, put 7 back in the pass defense. Who can slow down Tyreek? Nobody.
No, he's going to have his yards. And they're going to have their points. But the thing you're saying about the 49ers, Deed, I said halfway through the season, they're the most athletic, efficient group I've seen. I might even have to go back to like the 0-2 Ravens. I really think that they're that sharp, they're that cohesive.
Well, we didn't get a chance to see that, and I'm not saying you're wrong at all, but they were hurt all year long.
But when they beat up, I tell you when I first saw it, when they beat up the Packers, and they absolutely smashed them. I think it was like something like 37-7 or something, 37-8, 38?
37-8.
37-8. Yeah, and I just looked at it and went, wow. You are the real deal. Now break it down, because you've got Jimmy G, who's a no-nonsense quarterback who's just going to have to stick to the script. But you've got Tevin Coleman, you've got Mozart, and you've got players in there. And then all of a sudden, he's got George Kittle. And it's been the year of the tight end. We've lost Gronk. Then Kittle comes in. Kelsey comes in. Even Jimmy Graham caught a ball or 2.
Jimmy Graham's a bum.
Yeah, but we're going to go on to Jimmy Graham because he actually dropped 2 in the end zone for me earlier on in the year.
I don't think the Packers are a good example. They were
talking about
not
tight
a
ends.
good football team.
And their winning record and getting into the championship game. This is what I'm saying about some of the sides that have not been good enough.
No, I hear you. I hear you. And a lot of, when Whale Capper comes onto the show, he thinks there's going to be a lot of points scored. And a lot of people do. And this is a very high total.
I think under, though. Do you not think under? 54 is a big total.
Well, when you hear Whale Capper talk about what he expects, because he's going on alternative totals, he's interested in alternative totals, and he's going for a big score. But I don't know if the Saints game is a proper comparison to what we're going to see this week out of the 49ers defense, because they were beat up in that Saints game. And that was their second road game in a row. We just saw what the Titans did after 4 straight road games. It's very, very difficult when you're playing on the road. Here, this is a healthy Niners defense that I think can slow down the Chiefs. And what is slowing down the Chiefs? 27 points? I mean, that's the problem with the total. That I'd like to go under. I see a number of 54, and I'm like, oh man, I want to go under that. But what is slowing down the Chiefs?
So you're looking at what number have the 49ers got to score to win this game?
They're going to have to score over 27 points.
Okay.
They're certainly going to have to score over 25 points.
So and what, 27-21? 27-24?
How does, that we talked about what you expect the final score to be. And after hearing Whale Capper, I was like, I'd already thought that I had the final score in my head. And I'm like, man.
What was your final score?
30-24 for the Niners.
Okay, so you was going to say get a push on the 54. And you think they've got the number about right then?
I think that number keeps going up. I don't know how. We talk about like what are the funniest bets in all of sports, and one is taking the under in the NBA All-Star game. And I have a feeling that anybody who's holding an under ticket in their hand is going to be sweating buckets. I mean, the Chiefs can just put up points so quickly, and I don't trust their defense. We've seen what the Niners can do, and you'll hear from these great cappers that we're about to have on the show how they think that the Niners have to put up points. They can't stress keeping Mahomes off the field. They just have to put up points and take shots. And
have you got a score, Lee?
I personally don't, but everything he's saying, I totally agree. I don't feel like it's going to be a low-scoring game whatsoever.
But low scoring is not 53, 54, 52 points. That's a decent game. That's not low. Low is like 43 and under. That's an extra 11 points.
If you think about defenses, like say 49ers defense is amazing. What if they're able to hold, the Chiefs?
Well, if they hold the Chiefs, it goes under. Forget it.
Yeah.
If they hold it goes under.
I just feel like the offenses are so strong that they're just going to be putting points up.
Well, then, listen, let me play devil's advocate, because if the Chiefs have a good day on offense, then it's over the other way. That's why this is so close. I'm happy to go with the 49ers pick 'em. I'm happy to go under the 54. Happy, because I believe, and I'm a firm believer in the 49ers D.
I'd probably go over the 54.
You'd go over 54 with the 49ers? Mm-hmm. So we're all 49ers. We're all over around the 54. Yep. So Chiefs might as well not turn up.
Chiefs are a dangerous group. It's a dangerous group. Yeah. I'm going to be...
we're messing with fire right now.
Yeah, I'm going to be sweating buckets.
Yeah.
But I think it's the right play. And when it comes down to it, in the most important game of the year in any sport, you want the team with the best defense. Okay, I've listened to you two long enough. Why don't we just get the personalities up? Why don't I get Wow Kappa? Wow, are you there?
Hey, Flash, how are you doing?
I'm good. We've just been having a long conversation, obviously, about the Super Bowl, the 49ers and the Chiefs. We're umming and ahhing on the total 54, but we're all going to go for the 49ers.
Ooh, really? That's surprising. Everyone?
Yeah.
Why? I look in your face and you don't like that.
The lone chief here, then, I guess. Jeez.
Well, we'll put a case forward for the Chiefs.
Well, they have the best quarterback in the NFL, and it's not close. He's playing at an MVP level, and he can attack the Niners where they can be hurt, which is their defensive backfield. They have no matchup at all that plays to their strength against Pat Mahomes. He's going to throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Wow. Okay. That local bar of yours is selling some seriously good stuff, is it? 5 touchdowns and 500 yards.
I'm exaggerating a little bit, but Pat Mahomes matches up absolutely perfectly against this defense. We've seen twice this season where he's been able to score 4 touchdowns in a quarter. What's not to say that he can't put the same kind of pressure on this Niners defense?
Well, Jimmy, you weren't expecting that sort of behavior, was you?
Mahomes' prop is at 295 and a half. Is that a max bet for you then to go over?
No. I think that's a reasonable line, and I think I think that Pat Mahomes is going to be able to hurt them 2 different ways in this game. He's going to be able to do it through the air, and he's going to be able to do it on the ground. His ability to get first downs with his legs when the defense is selling out to stop the pass is going to be pretty dynamic way to attack this Niners defense, a defense that struggled against mobile quarterbacks this season. And this isn't the kind of game where you're going to be able to sit back and play keep away if you're the 49ers. I think you're going to have to score. You're going to have to put pressure on this team, and that they have dynamic weapons in the passing game at 3 different positions at wide receiver. You have 3 wide receivers out there that can all get separation down the field. The second, third, and fourth defensive backs for the Niners are all liabilities, and Travis Kelce will always be there as this as a safety blanket, security blanket, a binky for Pat Mahomes if coverage does hold up for the 49ers, and then you integrate the screen game, something that's an integral part of Andy Reid's offensive approach. This has nightmare written all over it for Robert Saleh and the Niners defense, which people think they're going to be good. They're going to be a unit that can distinguish themselves, but I don't think so. I think that the floor for the Chiefs here in terms of scoring points is probably 28, and their ceiling could be in the 40s. And I think Andy Reid gets his first ever Super Bowl win in style, and the Chiefs are the rightful favorites in this game.
Okay, from all of us here, thank you very much. You're an absolute gentleman, an opinion that's obviously got us thinking. So until next time, we'll see you again soon.
Take care, guys, and best of luck.
Cheers. Oh, I'm not too sure now. He was so confident, wasn't he?
He's always confident.
But he's saying 5 touchdowns and 500 yards. Now, I know he's stretching it a bit, but 5 touchdowns.
Well, Capper, we going out for dinner. You can tell me the waiter hates you.
Right.
And I would be very uncomfortable when the waiter came over to my table.
Right.
The man,
But he's well within his rights to hate you, isn't he?
eloquent. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. And yes, it scares me. It scares me that he likes the Chiefs.
Well, everything he was saying about the Chiefs was so true, and this is why I was
But
stuck
he's only
before.
saying things that we already know.
Yeah, but like he
was
has
talking.
a huge point.
He was talking about Mahomes leading the rushing attack as if that's not a bad thing, that the Chiefs don't have a running game and Damian Williams is only dangerous from a passing spot.
Let's go in search. Let's go in search of a bit of support.
I think we found our man.
Yeah.
I think we found our man.
Okay, we're looking for Donnie RightSide. Donnie, are you with us? And are you with us with the 49ers?
Yeah, no, I'm with the 49ers with you guys here. And I guess, he's the prosecutor, and I'll come up with another defense here planned for the San Francisco 49ers. But what's not to like about the 49ers in this game? I know the Chiefs, high-flying Andy Reid offense, and everybody's cheering for him to get one. But let's put our money on the defense here, fellas. Absolutely.
Is there anyone that stands out to you besides Patrick Mahomes?
Well, I mean, Tyreek Hill is going to be a tough one to defend. I mean, Whale Capper does bring up a lot of good points when you're taking a look at the secondary for San Francisco. Their best overall cornerback, maybe the best cornerback in the league, Richard Sherman. Not so much a speed guy, but more a physical guy. So he'll be able to match up, let's just say, on Sammy Watkins and take him out of the ballgame. Maybe even slide down and pick up Travis Kelce a little bit. But the one thing that they're going to have a little bit of a problem with is Tyreek Hill. And let's not forget the Kansas City Chiefs have a really good offensive line. Patrick Mahomes is a generational type quarterback. But when you take a look at matchups that work, and it's so much fun to actually talk about this football game because the matchup is awesome between the defense of the San Francisco 49ers and the offense of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes on offense. You're going to see, and we've seen this before, don't forget, 2008 Super Bowl, the New York Giants played the New England Patriots. Now, in that football game, you had one of the single best offenses of all time in the New England Patriots with Tom Brady and Randy Moss put up 589 points that season. So in the Super Bowl, the Giants, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator of the Giants at that time, who's now actually the defensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs, came up with the race car defensive front where he put his 4 best pass rushers, didn't bring much pressure. And what happened in that football game? The Giants won 17-14, absolutely dismantled the New England Patriots on offense. When you look at the San Francisco defense, they had the exact carbon copy, maybe times 2. One of the best 4-man pass rushers that we've seen over the past 20 years with an elite set of speed linebackers to try to offset Kelce. And, of course, if you get out of the pocket with Patrick Mahomes, they can chase him down. What a chess match it's going to be. But San Francisco has the horses on defense to replicate and dominate just like those New York Giants did.
Donnie, I want money line or the total under and over 54?
You're asking me if I would rather take a side or the money line side or the total in the football game?
Or both. Both's good for me. I'm happy to hear you say 49ers money line and under 54.
Yeah, see, I'm leaning towards the over just because of how dynamic these offenses are. But that still could change when Sunday's big game. Maybe we get some weather conditions that might be able to adversely affect the game. But right now, I'm squared up on San Francisco. I just see a defense that can rush 4 and really get after the quarterback. That's going to cause issues. And 2 of the best play callers in the game. I even give an edge to Shanahan as the better play caller to Andy Reid. So give me the 49ers. And creep me over that total, Flash.
Well, before he changes his mind, we'll say thank you for Donnie. Donnie, listen, absolute gentleman, absolute scholar. We look forward to cheering on. I'm sure that you'll be alongside me come Super Bowl day. Listen, we haven't got long to wait. It's fingers crossed that we're all on the right side. You're a top man. Thanks, Donnie.
Fantastic, guys. Looking forward to the big game Sunday. We're going to have some fun, make some money. It's what we do at Sportsbook Review.
Top man, Donnie. Oh, we're happy.
Right.
We
have 49ers. So what is that?
Well, Whale Capper
That's
was
4
like,
for 1?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Whale Capper, he don't know what he's talking about coming on here telling us about the Chiefs.
I
was like that after Whale. Now I've calmed myself down. I'm relaxed. I'm quite happy to listen to Donnie. So the balance there, we've got obviously Whale Capper's all over the Chiefs. We've got Donnie that just give us a little bit of balance and on our side now with the 49ers. Now go over to sbrvideo.com/Super Bowl. Everything you need and more is there waiting for you. You're going to spend ages going through that. Talking about spending ages, I've spent ages this season with this man, Jay Paglia from the Live Line, master of the Live Line, even calls himself the CEO. Self-elected. Jay, how are you?
Can't wait for the Super Bowl, boys. Let's go.
And what are we doing? Are we 49ers or are we Chiefs?
It's such a tough question, man. I think that these teams are really matched up well. And I think that it's really going to come down to the defense. Will Robert Saleh and that coaching staff be able to stop the juggernaut that is the Kansas City Chiefs offense? And on the flip side, will the Kansas City Chiefs continue to play well against the run? Spagnuolo put the defense in a great position all year. They were the 5th best team against the run. So, I mean, they played really well in back-to-back games against opposing running backs in the playoffs. But they have to identify how Kyle Shanahan is going to use this 3-headed monster of Raheem Mostert, Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman, because nobody's been able to stop these guys all year. They've rushed for just under 2,000 yards. And I like Jimmy G a lot, and I know Jimmy is a huge San Fran fan. I like Jimmy G a lot. But if I'm being honest, he did not play as well as I thought he was capable of this year. And when the chips were down in these 2 playoff games, they couldn't afford to lose those games. What did Kyle Shanahan do? He made the conscious decision to take the ball out of Garoppolo's hands, and he decided that if they were going to lose the game, it was going to be because the running game couldn't chain together first downs, and not because of an interception or fumble from Jimmy. So, he's only thrown the ball 14 times since halftime of the divisional round against the Vikings. That's crazy, man. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, I still think that defense wins championships. So, I think even though Patrick Mahomes is a special kid, I think the San Francisco 49ers just find a way. Yeah. And I do think if they have to lean on GG, I think he's good enough. So I think it'll be a close game, but I think I have to take 49ers. Yeah.
So where are you going to be and who are you going to be with?
Next Sunday, we're going to be on Live Line, baby. SBR's live betting show. I host it. Flash helps me out sometimes. Jimmy helps me out sometimes. I have a crew of characters that are rock solid at sports betting. And we started at the beginning of October, and it's been really, really profitable for everybody on the show and everybody watching. So I'm really excited. We rode through the playoffs. Flash was there with us. It was great. He'll be with us at the Super Bowl. And I'm looking forward to it, man. Live Line all day.
Okay, just give me a number of how, on your goodbye, of how many units profit so far the Live Line has thrown into the pockets.
Going into championship weekend, we were up 126.5 units. I have to calculate the championship Sunday because, unfortunately, I fell ill, obviously. And I just have to get the stats. But we're somewhere around 126 units profit since the beginning of October. It's been an incredible run, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Well, listen, I wish you nothing but the best, and I'm so looking forward to sitting opposite you on Sunday at Miami. 49ers versus the Chiefs, 128 units of profit. Have we contributed much to that?
No, I have not.
I'm glad you said I.
I have not.
Listen, Jay, we're going to let you go, and we're just going to have a little ramble, and we look forward to seeing you soon. So that's Jay Paglia. We're going to have a wrap up now. We're going to be going through, obviously, what Wildcapper went for. We can be quick with him. Then we've got Donnie. Then we've got Jay. And then we're going to have our own. But before that, go to sbrvideo.com/Super Bowl. And you've got everything you need and more. Spend so much time there. And you can have plenty of fun with it as well. I've seen some props I've never even knew existed. And a few of them I might just get involved with. Okay, let's go back. Wildcapper, 5 touchdowns, 500 yards, and that's just the Chiefs.
He's just trying to scare us.
Okay, well, we'll forget him then. Let's go on to Donnie.
The Mahomes completions, throwing the ball underneath the coverage to Damian Williams, those are the 2 props that I'm going to get to the window with as soon as possible. After breaking them all down, they just make so much sense to me, so much sense, because Mahomes can go over that completion mark and not hit 300 yards.
And Jay seemed to be like the female you, because he's still a bit umming and ahhing, isn't he? He doesn't really press the button.
Because it's true, because these two teams, like you said, they match up so well. They really do. And like, whether it's offense or defense, I just feel like it's so hard. Like for me, like I understand it's going to be very close and you have to choose someone. But for me, it's just...
Well, the thing is, you don't actually have to choose someone because there's so many props.
No,
Like
there
I just
are so
said,
many
like
props.
sbrvideo.com/Super Bowl. You can go there. And there's like a complete mountain
there's hundreds of them.
props that are not
But
even anything to do with the game,
when
but
you're
you can
just-
still have fun.
But when you look at just the two teams, San
Yes.
Francisco and the Chiefs, that's all I'm focusing on right now. I'm not focusing on any props, just the two teams.
Are you edging one way? Anything you've heard
When
has
I-
taken you away from the 49ers?
Honestly, no. But what Will Capper said about the Chiefs, I feel like he was just spot on about it. And even after what he said, that just made me like he has a wonderful point. But even after his wonderful point, I still have to go with my gut and the efficiency. Efficiency is everything to me. And I just think the 49ers are a much cleaner team.
Okay,
I should say.
let's wrap this. 49ers for you?
Yeah, 49ers for me. I'm going to stay off of the total. You know, it opened up at 51.5 in Vegas. It opened up at 52 at Pinnacle. Most of the offshores started it at 52. Mm-hmm. And I fear high totals in big games.
Yes, me too.
So,
But I can see this being a high-scoring game.
and
Like,
Wales,
for sure.
Wales on that as well. I'm in a great spot right now with my futures because I got in on the Chiefs at the beginning of the year. I made a move on the Niners before at what point? Just before the Packers game. So I got the plus 100, plus 150, plus 100 for NFC, plus 150 for the Super Bowl. But I'll win a football pool if I just pick the winner because it was a straight up pool. I took the Titans over the Ravens. So all I have to do is pick the winner. So it's a perfect hedge for me to go for the $2,500 with the Niners, make a few prop bets, sit back on Live Line with you, have some drinks and be merry and enjoy what I expect to be a spectacular football game.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Okay, well, it's the 49ers for me, and it just leaves me to say that if you've enjoyed this video, subscribe, press the button, ring the bell, and then you'll be notified. You will never miss any content. And remember, the Super Bowl ends on the 2nd of February. Then we've got hours upon hours upon hours of sporting content for you. We've got March Madness, and then we go into baseball, and then it will soon be NFL again. And remember, there's soccer, there's tennis, there's too much. I've been Flash.
Give me the bag.
Lee Martin.
We are the team from sportsbookreview.com, and we'll see you again soon. You take care.